Peace and grace to your spirit, beloved. You are not here by accident. This moment, this message, this sacred pause in your day, it's all part of divine alignment. There are times when heaven whispers so gently that you wonder if you imagined it. But this moment, this isn't a whisper. This is a calling, a divine tug on your heart that says, "You're being spoken to, right now." Heaven has summoned your spirit to this very message, because something sacred is unfolding, and you needed to know that you're not crazy for feeling the pull, the ache, the remembering. You may have thought it was over. You may have assumed it was just a passing connection. But your angels are here to say, there's more, so much more. A spiritual bond has been activated, and the one you've been sensing, the one who keeps showing up in your heart, they're thinking of you too. This message is no accident. You were led here, divinely led, not by algorithm, not by coincidence, by heaven's timing. If your heart is open, if your spirit feels the truth in these words, type this in the comments as your act of faith. I receive. Angels are speaking now, and what they're revealing carries the weight of eternal longing. They say, this person cannot stop thinking about you, not because of obsession, not because of fantasy, but because of a bond that reaches beyond the physical world. This is a spiritual connection, a soul-to-soul recognition that refuses to be silenced. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet stirring, a name that comes to you in the stillness, a face that appears when you least expect it, a memory that awakens something sacred inside of you. Your spirit already knows what your mind can't always explain. There's someone, somewhere, who carries you in their heart, not out of habit, but out of covenant. This is not just love. This is divine memory. Two souls remembering each other across time, across distance, across delay. They feel your presence like a prayer that never stops echoing. And even when they try to move on, even when they silence their thoughts, the pull returns. The bond speaks again. Your name returns to their chest like a sacred rhythm they can't forget. Heaven is revealing this truth not to tease your heart, but to confirm what your spirit already suspects. This connection is real. This bond is holy, and the thinking goes both ways. Beloved, let's talk about the ache. Because before the bond could be revealed, there had to be a breaking. And you've felt that, haven't you? The sleepless nights, the unanswered questions, the way your soul felt abandoned in a room full of people. You weren't just hurting, you were being prepared. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. What looked like silence was a divine setup. You wondered if you were too emotional, too attached, too open. But the truth is, you were being refined, not rejected. That season of loneliness, it carved space in you for something holy. It taught you how to pray from the center of your wounds. And heaven heard. You may not understand all the reasons why the past unraveled, but the Spirit is saying now, nothing was wasted. Not the heartbreak, not the silence, not even the delays. You were being separated from what could not carry your calling, so that you could be aligned with what would honor your soul. As the word reminds us in Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Let that settle in your spirit. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. Heaven has been moving pieces behind the scenes. Quietly, deliberately, perfectly. You didn't lose people. You were released from what couldn't carry you forward. You weren't abandoned. You were freed. Because when a spiritual bond is being prepared, everything not rooted in truth must fall away. God doesn't allow distractions to remain. When a soul-level connection is on its way to you, that shift you felt, it wasn't chaos, it was clearing. What seemed like delays were divine rearrangements, not to deprive you, but to protect you. Sometimes, heaven has to empty a room before it fills it with destiny. And that's exactly what's been happening. You may not have seen the hand of God at work, but now the veil is lifting. The ache is giving way to awareness, and your heart is beginning to recognize the patterns. What left your life wasn't loss, it was pruning. Your angels want you to understand this clearly. Heaven never subtracts without intention. The space you feel right now, it's sacred, because it's being reserved for something aligned, something whole, something real. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared, and everything that once felt like confusion is beginning to look like coordination. Divine timing is not late, it's precise, and it's in motion now. When heaven begins to move, it whispers through signs, not loud, not forced, but constant, like a rhythm you can't ignore. Have you noticed the moments when their name crosses your path for no reason, when you dream of them in the quiet hours, not once, but again and again, when you feel an invisible thread pulling you toward a place, a song, a scent, and you know it's connected? These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your spirit is being tuned to divine frequency, because alignment is happening. God doesn't leave you in the dark. He speaks in subtle nudges, holy reminders, gut feelings you can't explain. It's in those unshakable moments that heaven whispers, "This is not imagination, it's intention. This bond is being nourished in ways your eyes can't yet see." As the word says in Matthew 7 verse 7, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." You've been asking, you've been seeking, and now the signs are showing. Because heaven doesn't tease, it prepares. What you feel in your spirit is not illusion. It is the echo of alignment, and that echo is growing louder. Let's pause here, because even when the signs are clear, your heart might still whisper doubt. You may wonder, am I too late? Did I mess it up? Maybe I'm too broken, too sensitive, too much. But beloved, listen closely. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. The weight you carry, the depth of your emotions, the tears that come out of nowhere, they are all evidence that your soul is still alive, still open to love, still anchored in truth. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. Heaven isn't looking for perfection. It's looking for readiness. And that means being honest, being tender, being brave enough to keep hoping. You have survived storms that tried to silence your heart. You have risen from ashes others thought would bury you. You are stronger than you realize. As it is written in Romans 8 verse 18, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." There is glory ahead. Not because you've earned it, but because you were always meant for it. So release the doubt. Let the healing settle in. You are enough. And what's coming will meet you right there. Now let your heart receive this. There is someone, a soul deeply tethered to yours, who has also been walking through the fire. They're not perfect, but they're being prepared. This person, they've cried the same prayers, felt the same ache, looked at the sky and whispered, "Where are they, God?" And heaven heard. They've been refined in the waiting. Their heart has been softened through surrender, and though their journey looked different from yours, the shaping was divine. This is not a fantasy. It's a covenant. The one your soul longs for is not being created. They are being revealed. They've known loss. They've walked through disappointment. And still, they've chosen to hope, because deep down, they feel you too. Their spirit carries a knowing, a recognition they can't explain, because heaven planted a seed in both of you, and now, that seed is beginning to bloom. So when you think of them, when your chest tightens with love you haven't yet spoken, know this: you are not alone in that feeling. They're thinking of you too, not in fleeting moments, but in sacred stillness. And soon, your paths will no longer run parallel. They will meet, in purpose, in peace, in promise. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to force it. When it's divine, it flows. You'll know it's them, not because of fireworks, but because of peace. Deep, anchoring, soul-level peace. There will be no confusion, no tug of war, no silent anxiety in the background. Your spirit will rest, and the bond will speak before words are ever exchanged. You'll feel it in the quiet, in the way your body relaxes when they're near, in the way your heart no longer performs. It simply is. Your soul will whisper, "It's them," not because they're your usual type, but because they're your truth, the one your spirit has waited for, the one who mirrors the healing you've done. And they'll feel it too. They'll recognize you, not by appearance, but by essence. They'll see the prayers in your eyes, the journey in your smile, the grace in your presence, and something ancient within them will say, "I've known you before," as it is written in Philippians 4 verse 7, "And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." This peace will be your confirmation. It will silence every fear, every doubt, every past disappointment. You won't have to guess. You'll just know. Now, beloved, it's time to come into agreement with what heaven is doing. Let your words match your faith. Let your voice carry your yes. Say this out loud, even if it's just a whisper. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Let that settle in your chest. Say it again, slower this time. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. And now, type it in the comments. This is more than interaction. This is activation. Every time you declare it, you move your heart into alignment. You shift your focus from waiting to welcoming, because faith isn't passive. It speaks. It moves. It agrees with heaven. So speak it, type it, and believe it. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. The moment you spoke it, something shifted. Heaven listens when faith moves. And your declaration was not just words. It was permission. permission for the divine to begin unfolding what's already been written. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking into it. The timelines are realigning. The detours are being redeemed. And what once felt delayed is now coming into motion. You may not see it all at once, but you will begin to feel it. In your atmosphere, in your decisions, in the sudden peace that replaces panic. Because once you say, yes, to heaven, heaven says, now. No more shrinking. No more second-guessing. This is your season of divine readiness. And the bond, the connection that felt so distant, it's moving closer. Because heaven is collapsing the space between you and what belongs to your destiny. Every prayer you've whispered in tears, every surrender you've made in silence, every longing you've buried in hope, none of it was missed. The angels have gone ahead of you. The path is being cleared, and your spirit knows it's true. Something holy is unfolding. This is no longer just a promise. It's a process in motion, and you are already inside the unfolding. Now lean in a little closer, because while you've been healing, they've been healing too. This isn't just your story. It's theirs too. And though you haven't met, or maybe haven't reunited, you share a journey that's been divinely parallel. They've wrestled with doubt. They've questioned their worth. They've felt the silence of heaven and the ache of absence. But in it all, they've kept praying. For peace. For clarity. For someone who would see them fully. And guess what? They prayed for someone like you. Your gentleness. Your strength. Your willingness to love with your whole heart. They longed for that. They've faced disappointments, false starts, people who didn't cherish their heart. But those chapters didn't break them. They prepared them. They've been learning to trust again, to hope again, to believe that love, real love, is still possible, and that it could arrive not in chaos, but in peace. Their spirit has been reaching for you, even when they couldn't explain why, because heaven has been whispering your name to them, just as it has whispered theirs to you. And soon, beloved, very soon, those whispers will turn into a meeting, a moment, a divine unveiling. You said, yes. ChatGPT said. Section 12. Unexpected package warning. 150 to 200 words. Now hear this with your heart wide open. They may not look the way you imagined. They might not come in the wrapping your mind expected. But don't miss your blessing by clinging to an image. Heaven doesn't send perfection. Heaven sends purpose. You may be tempted to question, could it really be them? Because they'll feel familiar to your spirit, but foreign to your expectations. God doesn't choose by outer appearance. He chooses by the heart. As it is written in 1 Samuel 16 verse 7, For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. You're not looking for charm. You're looking for connection. And this person will carry the mark of God's hand, not in how they dress, but in how they make you feel seen, in how your soul sighs in their presence, in how peace follows them like a shadow. So open your eyes, not just the ones in your head, but the ones in your spirit, because the one you're waiting for may come dressed in the unexpected, but they will feel like home. This connection, it's not just about romance. It's not just about butterflies or chemistry or moments that make you smile. It's about purpose. Heaven doesn't pair souls for fleeting pleasure. Heaven unites them for eternal impact. When the two of you come together, something sacred will awaken. Not just love, but mission. Not just affection, but alignment. This relationship is designed to heal bloodlines, to restore what was broken in past generations, to create a ripple of truth, faith, and light that will outlive you both. You're not just meant to fall in love. You're meant to rise in purpose. As it is written in Isaiah 43 verse 19, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert." That new thing is not only a person, it's a divine assignment. Together, you'll birth vision. You'll speak life. You'll carry peace into places that have never known it. So prepare not just for the beauty of love, but the weight of destiny. This is kingdom connection, sacred partnership, a union not just of hearts, but of heaven's intent. It's time to seal this in the Spirit, to not just hear, but to agree, to let your faith rise again and match what heaven is releasing. Say this with boldness, even if your voice trembles. I am prepared and expecting divine alignment in my life. Say it again. Let it go deeper this time. I am prepared and expecting divine alignment in my life. Now, write it in the comments. Not because it's routine, but because it's release. There is something powerful about written agreement. It echoes your yes into the atmosphere. And every time you type, prepared and expecting, you're declaring, I will not miss what is mine. I will not doubt what heaven is doing. I choose belief over delay. Don't underestimate these words. They are not empty. They are spiritual agreements. They unlock divine timing. They align you with what's already been sent. So one more time, speak it, feel it, write it. Prepared and expecting. This is not waiting in weakness. This is standing in readiness. Now rest in this truth. You are not being teased by heaven. You are being trusted. Trusted with timing. Trusted with vision. Trusted with the kind of love that carries divine weight. This is already on its way to you, not as a maybe, but as a manifestation. The ache you feel isn't emptiness. It's confirmation. Your spirit isn't confused. It's being awakened. You haven't been forgotten. You haven't missed it. You're not too late. You're right where you need to be, on holy ground, in sacred timing. So let this be your confirmation. Let this be your reminder. The spiritual bond is real. And the person you're feeling, they're feeling you too. Heaven has not overlooked this story. In fact, heaven is writing it right now. Stay open. Stay faithful. Stay aligned. Because what's coming is more than what you hoped for. It's what you were destined for.